One huge way to graph is by using the slope and the y-intercept. That means you have to understand where slope and y-intercept come from. They come from the fact that we have an equation that says y equals mx plus b. Now in this equation, we have a couple pieces or parts that are important. First, your m here stands for slope. The b is your y-intercept. Hence, being able to graph with your slope and your y-intercept. Now, in order to do that, it says there's a couple few things that has to happen. First, you have to be able to have your equation written so that you are able to solve your equation for y. Meaning y is all by itself on one side and everything else is moved to the other. Once you've accomplished that, you can identify the slope and the y-intercept out of your equation just by simply looking at it. You will then graph your y-intercept point, and then you'll use your slope to find the next point on your line. So what I wanted to do is just take a look at a few examples here that do just that. So if we look at this first one says that we have to graph the linear equation by using the slope and the y-intercept. And so we have this equation here, and this equation says y equals 4 minus x. Well, this almost resembles this up here, with one difference. My x is here on the back side. So one thing that you could do if you wanted is you could rewrite your equation so that it's in or resembles the form you want. Meaning, this is the same thing as saying y is equal to negative x plus 4. Now with that, we can identify our pieces. First, the coefficient of the x is slope. So m is equal to negative 1. Now the other thing that we have to pay attention to is the fact that this should be the form 0y. So in this case, b is equal to 0, 4. These are the two pieces of information that we needed in order to graph. And notice here, b is written like a coordinate point. Now, I will tell you, most instructors like myself, if you simply were to write, say, b equals 4, you would be counted wrong, because this is an intercept point, and points are written in coordinate form. So do be aware of that when you are working problems. Now in order to graph, you're going to use that first. So 0, 4 is start at 0, and we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4. And here's our point. And then I have a slope of negative 1. So when we're thinking about rise over run, what we have is negative 1 over 1. So in other words, what we're going to do is we're going to start from this point, which we have right here, and we're going to go down one value, and then we're going to go over in the positive direction one value, and this gives us our new point. So now what we need to do is we can draw our line connecting our dots through our points. You want to just be kind of as close as you possibly can. No, you don't have to use a ruler if you don't want to. But if you take a look at it, what you'll see is that my slope is negative, which means it needs to have a negative look to it, and in this case it does. So here my slope goes down. We started where we were supposed to, and everything works out. So this is your first example of graphing using your slope-intercept form. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at another one. So notice in this one I have a little bit more work to do. So what I have to do is I need to rearrange my equation. Remember, my goal is to have y equals mx plus b, because then I can pick out my slope and I can pick out my intercept. So here the first thing I would do is take this 5x and I would move it over. So I get negative 6y is equal to negative 5x plus 18. I need to divide everything by the negative 6. So I get that y is equal to 5 over 6x minus 3. And from here I can identify my pieces. My slope is going to be the coefficient to my x term, and my y-intercept is going to be the point 0, negative 3. So here I'm going to go down 3, 1, 2, 3. Here's my point. And then in this case I'm going to go up 5 and I'm going to go to the right 6. So I can look at what that looks like. So here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, puts me right here. Okay, so rise over run. Again, then I can connect my points here, draw my line, and I'm finished. Okay, let's look at this one. So here, one thing that I could do if you wanted to make it easy is we could simply interchange and rewrite it. So we have 3y is equal to 2x. I need to divide everything by 3, so this is going to give me that y is 2/3 x. And then notice there is nothing over here. So when we're identifying, first we know that my slope is going to be 2/3. But in terms of my intercept, it doesn't mean there's none, it means it's at the point 0, 0. So here we're going to start at the origin, and then we're going to go up 2, and we're going to go to the right 3. So we've got 1, 2, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, puts my point right here. I'm going to go ahead and, just like before, connect your dots to form your linear line. So here we go. Arrows on the end to signify that it goes on forever, and we're done. Alright, now just to be sure that we truly understand what we're doing here, again I need to get y by itself, so here's my variable. So the first thing I need to do is I need to take and move this 9. So I end up with 3y is equal to 9. I need to divide everything by 3. So y equals 3. Now what I want you to notice is that I have no x value. Therefore, this means my slope is 0, but my intercept point is the point 0, 3. Having a slope of 0 and a simply y equals equation says that we have a horizontal line, which is that special case. So we're going to graph the point 1, 2, 3. 0, 3 goes right here. And then my horizontal line is going to go ahead and it's going to just simply be a horizontal line that cuts through that point and goes forever in either direction. Last but not least, I have negative 3x plus 21. This is the only variable I have. So I'm going to take this 21 and I'm going to move it. So this becomes negative 3x equals a negative 21. Divide everything by negative 3 and I get that x is equal to 7. This is an x equals equation, which tells me you have a vertical line. And with this, you can look and see that you have no y value. No y value tells you that your slope is undefined, but your intercept value is 0, 7. Oh, sorry about that. Nope. Jumping ahead of myself. Your b value does not exist. So, some would ask, well, how exactly am I supposed to graph that? Well, this is what we're graphing. Y equals 7. This right here gives you the x-intercept point, and that occurs at the point 7, 0. Therefore, we would graph it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7, 0 would be right here. And then, because it's supposed to be a vertical line, that means we would have a vertical line that would cut straight through, running through my point. And notice it is never ever going to touch my y-intercept over here. It's just a straight vertical line, which is why your slope is undefined, because your x does not change, puts the 0 in the bottom. So there you have it. You have all these different cases or examples that show you exactly what you need to do in order to graph all different types of lines using strictly your slope and your intercept point. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, enjoy yourself, have a great day, and I will see you next time.